everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are diving into 10 of the most commonly asked Python interview questions that involve functions. So, we can say these are perfect for freshers and intermediate developers preparing for coding interviews. So, let's jump in. The first question is, check if a number is prime. As we all know, prime number is nothing but which doesn't have any divisors. So let's see how we can write the code for that. So very first we need to define the function. So we'll start the def keyword and then we need to write the function name. Here I have defined the function name as is prime, and then inside that we are giving one parameter n. So let's see what is this n. So very first we will check if n is less than equal to 1. If n is less than equal to 1 means that it is not a prime number. So we will return false. Now what about greater than 1? So now if the number n will be whatever the number you will input, if it is less than equal to 1, it will return false. If it is greater than 1, then it will enter in this loop. So the loop is for I in range from 2, because till 1 we know it will not be a prime number. Now from 2 to end of, we are dividing n by half and then we are doing plus 1. So like from range 2 to the number whatever the number we are giving, half of the number plus 1, we will run the loop, because till so that we can understand whether the number is divisible by any number or not. And so what we will be doing inside this for loop, the range we are giving from 2 to the numbers half plus 1, and then inside that range we will check with all the number, because this for loop will go till each number, and for each number the condition is we will check whether that number is divisible by I or not. So n is divisible by I is or not. So what we will be doing, n divisor I is equal to 0. So if it is equal to 0, return false. Means if we'll get any one divisible also, it means it is not a prime number. So it will give false. But if it will not satisfy this condition, it should return true. It means it didn't get any divisible. The number is not divisible by any number other than itself or 1. So it will return true. Means it doesn't have any divisors. So let's run this. Okay, let me just okay, now let's run this. So see, it got run. Now with the function, as I have already mentioned, until and unless you will call the function, you will not see any output. So after running, as I have defined the function, but till now I haven't called the function, so it will not return anything. Now when I will call the function with the parameter, then it will return you something. So right now I am giving is prime 7. So as we all know, number 7 is not divisible by any number other than 1 and 7. So it should return true, that 7 is, yes, it is a prime number. Now you can also check, here I am giving 8. So let's check. So now you know 8 is not a prime number. Now next we have factorial. So as we all know, factorial is the all like if we have number 5, so all the multiplication of all its previous numbers is a factorial. So suppose factorial 5 is nothing but 5, factorial 5 will be what? Okay, let me just comment it out. Is nothing but 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. So this is a factorial of 5. So how we will achieve that? So same way we will write a function. Name I have given factorial, and using the def keyword, def factorial, and I'm giving a parameter n, so that you can pass any number, and then we have to, very first we have to check if n is equal to 0. If it is, because factorial of 0 is nothing but 1, so we have to check whether the number is 0 or not. If it is 0, we will return 1. That is the base case. Else, so in Python we don't necessarily we need to write else. We can write like this also, return n multiplication factorial n minus 1. So what we are doing, this is again we are calling this function factorial, and then in the parameter I am passing n minus 1. So it will decrease every time, it will decrease by 1. So this is nothing but recursive call. So recursion is nothing but when you calling the same function inside that function. Like here I have defined the function and I am calling this function again inside this function. This is called a recursion. Same function calling again and again inside that function. That's why. So now it is very easy, right? Factorial I have given, I'm passing parameter, and I'm checking the base condition. If it is 0, if the number will be 0, it will return 1. Else what we are doing, we will take the n, that parameter we are passing, and then we will multiply it with what? The same function, but we'll pass the parameter this time n minus 1. Means every time it will call, it will decrease that original number, n minus 1. Now let's run this, and as you know that till now we haven't called the function, we have defined the function. That's why we are there's no output. Now in the next line we will be calling the function, and here I am passing the parameter as 5, so it should give output as 120, because 5 into 4 is 20, and then 20 into 3 is 60, and 60 into 2 is 120. So it should give you 120. Same way you can give any other number, any other big number. Suppose 34 I am giving, and when you will run this, you will get the factorial of this. Now let's learn about Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series is nothing but it's the sum of it's a sequence which contains sum of last 2 digits. So let me just show you what is the sequence. So very first we'll start with the number 0, and then the next number would be 1, and then the next number would be 0 plus 1. What is 0 plus 1? 1. The next number would be 1 plus 1, which is 2. Next number would be 2 plus 1, which is 3. Next number would be 3 plus 2, which is 5. Like that, 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. So and so, so and so, so and so. So like this is what a Fibonacci series. Now, how we can do the Fibonacci series with the given number? Very first we will define in the same way using the diff keyword def, and then you have to write the function name. Here I have assigned the function name as Fibonacci, and then I am passing a parameter n. Now very first you have to take the first 2 numbers. So I am taking a variable fib and I am passing a list. So I have taken a list fib. Inside that, the first 2 number I'll give 0 and 1, and then I will do a for loop for I in range 2 to n. Why? Because now we have already 0, 1. So we will keep the range as from 2 to the number that I will take. And what I'll be doing, I will be appending where in this fib list only. So what I'm doing, fib dot append what, fib minus 1 plus fib minus 2. So as you know, this is the last two numbers. As I have told you, sequence with sum of last two numbers, right? And we know with the slicing or negative indexing that minus 1 is nothing but the last digit and minus 2 is the second last in a list. So I'm taking fib minus 1 plus fib minus 2 and then return fib till n. So it should start, by default it is starting from 0 and it should go till n, the parameter that I have taken. So till that n parameter it will return. So let me run this, and now again in the next line let's call the function so that we can see the output. So here I am printing Fibonacci function, and then inside that I have kept a parameter 6. So let's run this. Output should be 0 because I want till 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And as you know, it should work till, as it is explicit, so it worked till 6. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 till the 6 count it worked. It has the Fibonacci the function, it run till 6 times. Now what is the output? As we know, very first we have already defined that the 0 and 1 would be the our first two numbers. So it is as it is 0 and 1. Now next would be what? 0 plus 1. So 1. Then next number would be 1 plus 1, 2. Then 2 plus 1, 3. Then 3 plus 2, 5. And it will stop. Why? Because we have given return fib starting is by default. So it will start from 0 and ending is till n. So as I have given 6, so it will work till 6. You can also let me run this 8 times, so it will give you the 8 output. So see, till 13 it has shown. Now next learn about palindrome string. So palindrome is nothing but reverse string and compare. So if the same number is if you reverse the string and if both the string are same, it is palindrome. So this we can achieve using slicing. As I have already mentioned in the string session that slicing is very much important, and this question also very much important. In interviews they might ask you palindrome, and even I have faced in TCS also, like they have asked me about how to reverse a string. So they might ask you in multiple ways, simply palindrome or reverse a string, like that. So palindrome is we are reversing, but also we are checking whether the previous original string is equal to the reversed one or not. If it is, then this is what a palindrome. So we will do that using the slicing. So what we are doing, we are defining a function is palindrome, and then we are passing a string. And what we are doing, we are returning, simply return s equal to, and very simple. See, we just need to write one single that s and then slicing. How? Pass the list, and then first that is the starting and the next is stop. So start and stop would be the by default, because we don't know the length, right? So it could be of any length, so don't give anything. By default it will start from 0 and it will go till end when you will not define anything, right? And then step I am giving -1, right? So -1, and then it will reverse the string, and it will return only if it is equal, if the both the original string is equal. If it is not, then it will not return, it will say you false. Let me just comment this out and run this. Okay, it got run. Now let's print the output, whether, let's call the function and see whether it is working or not. So what I did, I am calling the function with the input radar. As you can see RADAR. Even if you will reverse the string, the output would be same. Radar is equal to radar, right? So it should give you true. But now if I am giving, suppose I am not giving, and then when I print this radar, it will give you false, right? So this is how you can write the palindrome. Now next, find GCD, greatest common divisor. So again, same way, you need to write the function, very first define it using def keyword, write the function name, find largest, and then I'm passing a parameter nums. And what I'm doing, I'm taking another variable largest, and what I'm doing, I'm taking the nums 0, means the first. If you will that I have given a parameter as list, so I will be taking the first index, and then that I will keep in the largest. Right now, initially we will take a variable largest, and I will keep the first number of that list inside this variable. Next, we will be taking a for loop for num in nums. This is a temporary variable num, and I will be checking in nums. If num is like present number is greater than largest, if it is so, then what I will be doing, I will first, you need to compare, right? If the number present in the nums list, if it is greater than largest or not, right? The temporary variable that I have taken, if it is, then what I'll be doing, I will assign that the new number inside this variable. So the always the like whichever number is greater, I will be keeping that in largest, and then again it will run the for loop. Then we will check for the next number, and again we'll do the comparison that whether the next number is greater than largest. If it is, then again I will keep that greater number inside the largest variable. So it will run till the last till the end, and it will return you at the end, it will return you the largest variable. So let me just comment it out and again run this code. And next, what I'm doing, I'll be calling the find largest function, and I'm passing here 10, 25, 8. So it should return you 20. Now check Armstrong number. So Armstrong number is nothing but when you will actually this, you have to give the square of all the numbers and then sum it if it is equal to the same number. Like right now, let me comment it out. Okay, so as you can see, one number 153, right? The number is. So what is the square of 1? The square of 1 would be 1. Then next plus, and then what is the square of 5? Sorry, not square, cube. You have to give the cube of all the number. So it is 5 into 5 into 5, that is 125, and then plus I would be 3 into 3 into 3, that is 27. So if you will add all these number, it would give you 1, 5 and 3. So this is the Armstrong number. Now the same thing what I'll be doing, I will be defining DEF. Actually if the length of the, you have to cube the each number, sorry, if you have to give the power the length of the number. So right now the length of the number is 3, so 1 to the power q it will be 3, 5 to the power 3 and the 3 to the power 3. So like that it would be, that is the Armstrong number. So I will be defining is Armstrong and then I'm passing n. Next I have defined a variable digits. In the digit variable what I'll be doing, I'll be taking integer I and for I in strn. So I will be looping for each digit, and then there is another variable power, and this power is nothing but the length of that digit. And next I will be returning what? Sum. So sum of what? Sum of d to the power for d in digits. So in this digit, like digit is nothing but the variable that I'll be taking, like here the 153 is digit, and in this 153 I'm looping. Why? Because I want the first digit, the second digit and third digit. For each digit I have to do the power of the length of that. Power is nothing but the length of the digit, and we will be checking if it is equal to n or not, because right now as you can see 153 is equal to the power of that length, the 1 to the power 3, then 5 to the power 3 and then 3 to the power 3. So now if I'm adding all these digits it is giving you 153. So that's why the number is Armstrong. So same way let me run this, and let me just call the function. I'm doing the calling the function and I'm passing the parameter inside, and let's run this. So as you can see it is showing 153 is what it is, a Armstrong number. Now let me check with another, like suppose I'm giving 13. So let me just run this. 13 is what? It is not an Armstrong number, because 1 and then 3, if I power 1 to the square is 1 and 3 to the square is 9. So 9 plus 1 is what? 10. So 10 is not equal to 13, right? So that's why it is not an Armstrong. Now let's run the next number. I think 1634. I think that is Armstrong number, a 4-digit number. So let's run this. That is true. So this is how you can check if the number is Armstrong or not. Now the next is check if a string is anagram. So anagram is like it's we can say that if you will sort that string, it should give you the same like it will be equal, like right now here as you can see AAS and ASA. So it's like it also has 2A and it also has 2A and 1S. So if you will sort both the string, it would come AAS and AAS, right? So it would be equal. So this is called a anagram string, if both contains the same letters, but sequence would be different, but it will be containing the same letters, like exactly same length and same letters, but the sequence might be different. So when you sort this, it will give you the same sequence, right? So this is called anagram string. So you have to again I will define the function is anagram, and I'm taking two parameter s1 and s2, two string to check, and what simply I will be returning sort of, I will do the sort, take the sorted function, and it is the built-in function in Python. So sorted s1, and I will check equal to sorted s2. If it is, it should give return true. So let me run this, and now I'm calling the function. So see, as and asa is what? True. Now suppose I have removed one a, and now if you will check, it will give you false. Now next is count vowels in a string. So same way we will write the function def, and we'll write the function name count vowels. We'll pass one parameter s. Next we will take a variable, and I will keep all the 5 vowels in small letters and in capitals, and then I have to apply a for loop. I will be writing the same line, return what? Sum of what? 1 for char in s if char in vowels. So I will be returning 1 for like temporary variable char in s, right, in this s, if that s is in vowel. In means any of it anything from s, it is matching to this a e I o u, it will return 1, and then it will sum all of the 1. So let me just run this, and when you will call the function, suppose apple, so first it has returned 1 for a, and then it has returned 1 for e, so it will sum it 1 plus 1 2, and it has returned you the 2. Now next is reverse string. So in the previous example in is palindrome also, I have told that simply you need to write the slicing using the slicing, write the define the function using def keyword, and write the function name reverse string, pass the parameter s, and then return what? S, and then slicing, starting is nothing, by default it is 0, ending is 0, means it will go till end, and then -1, it will simply return the reverse. So run this, and let's call the function reverse string, and then I'm writing loop, so it should give you pool. See, pool. Now the last question is check leap year. So again this is important, because in multiple interview questions they might ask you. So very first we will define the function def, and we'll write the function name is leap year, and then I'm passing the parameter year. Obviously you need to pass the parameter as year, and then return what? Return, I will keep the condition. So we all know that if the year is divisible by 4 is equal if it is divisible by 4, the year should be divisible by 4. So very first condition is year divisible by 4 is equal to 0, and there is one more condition, that year should not be, here see, year divisible by 100 is not equal to 0, that is also a condition. And then or year is, so the first condition is year should be divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100. So both the conditions should be matching. Or, so the first condition is this, or the next condition would be year is divisible by 400, then it is a leap year. So suppose 2024, so it is divisible by 4 and it is not divisible by 100, right? So either the condition or is given, it means this condition or this condition or both of them is true, then it will return you true. So is leap 2024, so it is what? True. So now you can check any other this with because I have called the function here, that's why it has printed true. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you in the next video with the more practicals over loops and functions, and also I will try to solve hacker rank and also lead code questions using using Python. So see you in the next video.